Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. Before we get started, I do want to say thank you so much to anyone that subscribed and liked my last video. Your support means so much to me. Thank you so much. So a few months ago, I just kept thinking about this over and over again, and it was the value of human life and the value of the human experience. I know it sounds really deep and really like, girl, what are you thinking about? But let me explain, all right? For most of my life, I would look for ways to disconnect from reality, mainly because the reality wasn't pretty, and to face that alone as a child, it was scary. And that fear just kept building up throughout my childhood, and eventually it led to anger. Hating my life, my body, my mind, my thoughts. I even got to hating the people around me. I was just so hateful of humanity and just not understanding why life was this way. And again, I was young and I didn't have the proper guidance to be able to understand or redirect these feelings in a healthy way. I hated life for so many years, trying to run out time with distractions. And although as a child it was TV, candy, food, things that, you know, you have easy access to distract yourself as a kid. Especially being a 90s kid, we didn't really have cell phones yet. I just dealt with it and found different ways to cope. Some healthy and others not so healthy. Especially as I got older and more difficult situations arose, just different types of coping. Very unhealthy sometimes. Through my early adulthood, I was in complete survival mode, and this really affected a lot of my relationships. And not only romantic relationships, but also friendships, with family, with my siblings, with anyone that I approached, even coworkers. It was really difficult for me to navigate any kind of relationship and maintain a healthy one. I felt very alone and like no one understood what I was going through, which in reality, no one did understand because no one knew what I was going through, what I had gone through. But now looking back, I realized that it wasn't their responsibility. It was no one's responsibility. It was solely mine, and complaining about how no one gets me wasn't gonna get me anywhere. It wasn't gonna make it any better just complaining. So eventually I stopped complaining. I just started taking action as a young adult, trying to make a better life for myself. Not for anyone else, but for me. And this has happened many times in my life, pushing me to pivot in moments that I didn't know what to do. Life just kind of threw things at me, and I had to figure it out. I had to shift everything. I had to shift my mindset. I had to shift my game plan. It sucks and it's confusing, and you just don't know what to do, and you feel like you're going crazy because it's things out of your control, and it's a circumstance that you have to deal with, that you have to figure out, okay, what is my next game plan? And despite how many times this happened to me, I just never thought it could get worse. My worst nightmares had already happened. I never thought that there was nothing that I couldn't overcome, pretty much. I was very confident that, all right, I got this. I already did so many things in life. I already overcame so many difficult situations, so many mental health situations, that I came out stronger from it. Yes, I had some low points, but I arose even stronger. But as soon as you feel that, life is like, no. Life humbles you. I really feel like that's what the divine God universe did to me. They were like, oh, you think life is easy? Okay, let me throw something else at you. Let's see how you handle this one. Like, I didn't need that, but whatever. I was not prepared, let alone believed that I was gonna be strong enough to handle a very traumatic death in my family. About a year and a half ago, it was someone really close to me. I truly felt like I lost a part of my identity. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't understand my thoughts. I didn't even understand how something like this could happen. It was super confusing. It was a very confusing time period. For the first 9 months of grieving, I really tried to keep going and try to get back to a normal life. But regardless, I felt completely unmotivated, and my mental health just kept declining. It got so bad, I was having mental breakdowns or panic attacks almost daily, and my anxiety got so bad that my body started curling up because of how tense my muscles were. And I also do have a chronic condition on the left side of my body due to a fall when I was 10, and with anxiety, the stress, and the muscles getting tense, my left arm would completely just be numb. Like, I couldn't feel my fingers. That's how bad the mental state I was in was affecting me physically. And then to add to the mix, dark thoughts started entering my mind, because who wants to live in mental and physical pain? I just didn't want to be here anymore. I was tired. You're just exhausted of everything in life, and you just can't take it anymore. You just reach a point that it hurts so much. I realized and I knew that I needed to make some changes in my life, because that is a very poor quality of life. Here are the life changes that I made during that time period to wake me up again. I was honest with myself and I knew I needed extra help, so I decided to get a therapist. to not only help with my grieving, but also with different things in my life that I knew I needed to work on. So the main form of therapy that I got is cognitive behavioral therapy. I was really struggling with my self-talk. I was bullying myself internally all the time, and that was a big cause of my depression. I was just overthinking, feeding myself negative things, beating myself up. I just wanted to rewire that mindset in my brain. I also started listening to positive podcasts or audiobooks as soon as I woke up. Even if I didn't want to get out of bed, I would just play it to have some momentum. Anything to just fill my ears with positive things so I didn't have to keep listening to my negative voice in my head. That way, there was just some form of positivity in my day. Why not listen to a different voice that's saying good things until, that little voice is like, okay, you know what? What that podcast is saying is right. Let's head in that direction. Another life change that I made is starting to move my body more, and I did that through yoga. I did start my yoga journey in 2017, but I didn't get really serious until this past year. I'm a true believer that body movement should be a part of everyone's daily life. You should move, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's stretching, whether it's swimming, just some kind of movement to honor your body, because that's what your body is here to do. It's meant to move, it's meant to flex itself, or go for a walk too. That also helps. Just anything that it's you, your body, and you're giving it the chance to do what it's meant to do in this world. Move. And of course, meditation, which I know not everyone is a big fan of it because it is difficult. It's not an easy thing to do. It is a meditation practice though. So it does get easier. You just have to try. And you could just do it for 2 minutes and then the next time challenge yourself for 3. It doesn't even have to be a full minute. You could do 10 more seconds until you just start building it. Eventually it does get easier, and when you are in a full meditation state, it is so freeing. And you really do start to become aware of that little voice in your head and realize, okay, why is this little voice saying these negative things? You allow it the space to understand why it's so upset. All right, this is a big life change, becoming more conscious about what you're putting into your body. I not only quit vaping and also minimalized alcohol consumption, but as much bad as I was taking out of my body, I was also starting to put more good into it. And that includes having my morning tea to prepare my tummy for the day, also having my morning smoothie that includes all the nutrients that my body needs. And overall, sea moss, I feel like everyone should have sea moss. I feel like it's super underrated. I actually need to buy a new jar. I haven't had it for a week. I need to go buy it. So I did start with my mental health, but then I also realized the connection of the body, and I needed to connect both. So I needed help with my mental health, but also my physical health. I was not prioritizing that as much. And the goal is to reach balance. That's really what it is. Balance with mind, body, soul. That's really all we're trying to get to, because when one's out of whack, it doesn't flow right. And finally, I started seeking out physical therapy to help with my chronic pain. I had never dealt with it, so it was about time. It was only getting worse. 2017, the pain shifted from my shoulder to my chest, and then now it was affecting my whole left side and causing me to cry at night. I wasn't able to sleep. It just was not a good combination between physical and mental health. I did see a physical therapist physician, but along with that, I also started getting acupuncture treatment, chiropractor treatment, and massage therapy. Anything that would help me relieve my physical pain. I just needed to treat my body and give it what it deserved, because it's done so much for me my entire life. So it was about time. And I don't want to be old and hurting. If I'm already hurting now, I can't imagine how it's gonna be when I get older. So we're gonna try to avoid being a grumpy old lady and deal with our issues now, our physical and mental issues, because I don't want to be a grouchy old lady. I want to be the happy old lady making cookies on the block. Seems a little creepy too, right? But whatever, that's who I want to be. So yeah, I decided I no longer wanted to live my life in physical and mental pain. I was tired of all the pain and I just wanted peace for once in my life. I had an epiphany with my little self. I hugged her and I was like, you deserve to be loved. Why don't I love you? I have the power to love you. So I had this whole moment where I hugged myself as an 8-year-old. It was so deep. It was so profound. Since that moment, I went on a journey to find myself again and build a better life for this new me that I was becoming, who is so deserving of happiness and joy and just all the good things in this world. Ultimately, you have to make the decision that you want to change, that you want to have a better life. No one else is going to make that for you. It's not going to be handed to you. It's not going to be like, oh, here you go, now you're happy. No, you have to work for it. Just like anything in this world, you need to work for that life that you want. Whether it's the mental health, the financial health, the physical health, nothing is free and nothing is easy in this world. Everyone has gone gone through something, and everyone is currently going through something. Remember, you are one of 400 trillion people on this earth. And each one has more of a chance to win the lottery 10 times than the likelihood of being born. Like, what is that? Each life is a miracle and has a purpose to be here. And like myself, everyone has pain and cries. Everyone grieves. Everyone has happy moments and laughs. Everyone eats and shits. Every woman has her period and creates life. Just like how life is suffering, there are still beautiful moments. And it applies to everything in life if you think about it. The good and the bad. The peace and the chaos. The clean and the filthy. The miracle of life and periods, labor, and pregnancy. To see the good, we must have the bad. We can't be grateful for a shower or food or peace without the pain, hunger, blood, tears, and sweat. There needs to be a balance to have happiness. And that's what I leave you with. Not everything is gonna be rainbows and butterflies, but it's just appreciating the good moments that you do have and overcoming and being strong enough to fight through the difficult ones, because it does get better. It will pass. A lot of things are just temporary, and you do have the power to create a life that you want. That's the most beautiful thing about being a human. You can be whoever you wanna be, regardless of your circumstance, regardless of who your parents are, regardless of the shitty cards that you were dealt. The power is with you. So don't give up hope. You got this. Just keep fighting through and take care of your mind. I know this was a very deep conversation, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a little bit of insight of things that I was thinking about a few months ago, and me just piecing it together to create an understanding of the human experience and the value of the human life. It's beautiful. It's a miracle that you're here, that I'm here, that every single one of us is here on this earth, and that we do have a purpose. We have something that we're here for, and that shouldn't be taken for granted. So that's the message I'm trying to put out there. Please share this with anyone that you feel might benefit from any of the information I listed here. And I will have a lot of links down below with some audiobooks or books that I personally enjoyed. And please like and subscribe. It really helps me out, and it shows me that you want to see more of me. And also comment below anything else you want to hear about. I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Love, always. Take care.